Hello and welcome back to Core Finance in association with the Next Exchange. I'm joined by Roger Jackson, Executive Director of NQ Minerals. Roger, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you, Matt.
Just to kick off, for our viewers, NQ Minerals, where do you operate, what do you do, how do you make your money?
Well, Matt, we are a London-listed company, but we've got our assets sitting in Australia. We have North Queensland assets and a Tasmanian asset, and the Tasmanian asset is just been purchased. We completed that acquisition in August, and we're moving it into production in June 2018.
Good stuff. And what are you mining for? What's down there? I mean, I see it's Helier Gold project in Tasmania, so I'm guessing gold, but is it just gold? What else is down there?
Sure, look, there is gold, and there's about 1 million ounces, nearly 1 million ounces of gold, but it's a polymetallic, so it's quite elegant. We've got lead, zinc, silver, and gold, and of course, you know, zinc at the moment is at all-time highs.
Yes.
Lead's quite high, and in Australian dollar terms, gold and silver are quite high. The Australian dollar's low compared to the US dollar, so you know, we're in a good position.
And with regards to becoming a near-term producer, what kind of timescales would you put on the Tasmanian project to actually get this out of the ground and start making some revenue from it?
Okay. Well, fortunately enough, this project has the infrastructure in place. So there's a tailings dam with a very large resource of lead, zinc, and silver. And we've got a plant that exists, a dredge and a system to pump the material from the tailings dam. We've got a railway line that runs directly out of the plant to the Port of Burnie, which is at the northern side of Tasmania. So everything's in place. We do have to do a bit of refurbishment work to modify the plant to suit the product going through, but that's well underway and will be completed by March, April next year, with commissioning starting in May, June, with concentrate coming out in June, July.
And with regards to, I mean, it sounds as if the infrastructure's in place, as you say, you've got to make a few changes. With regards to funding those changes and developments on the infrastructure, are you fully funded? Are you in a position that you have enough to do that, or will you be going to market for more funding?
No, we don't need to go to market. We're fully funded at the moment, with commitments on the table. In fact, we're hoping this week while I'm here in London that those deals will be totally sealed, but the commitments are there, and we're just working through the paperwork on that. And that's a debt facility. This is a very, you know, large cash producer, so we can fully service any debt, and we don't need equity at this stage. All eyes on the stock.
And when you're actually producing and everything's coming through, one assumes the revenues will be there. You expect revenues to be quite high from everything you produce. How can you add value to shareholders, and where can they see that value? Will it be hopefully in a rise in the share price?
Okay, well, look, there's a lot of value in our share price yet. To put this into perspective, this is the tailings dam itself. That project's not the only project we've got, but let's call it the flagship for now, and that will be just for now. We do move on to some other projects we've got. But that project's got a 10-year mine life. In that 10-year mine life, there's over $1 billion of Australian revenue, and we've got EBITDAs of US 42 million every year. So there's significant cash coming into this company. And then if you're talking about value, the first year's EBITDA is more than what our market cap is at the moment. So there's some upside.
So draw your own conclusions from that. You did mention other projects. Can you just briefly give us an update of where they are and where you are in the life cycle of those projects?
Sure, Matt, because this is part of the story. You know, we've got a cash producer, but then we've got these other projects that are various levels down the line in development, and we've got a project called Eucalyptus, which again is polymetallic. Again, very nice in the sense of risk. We don't have to worry about the cycles because generally they equal each other out. That project has some near-term production as well. 12 months away or so, we'll be producing some silver and lead, and then we'll move into the mining part of it. We've got dumps to sell, but then we'll move into the mining component of that and develop that into a fully fledged mine. And then we've got a gold-based project called Square Post. Now it's in the exploration phase. We've got some excellent targets there. This is a high-grade pipe breccia, similar to a number of North Queensland high-grade gold deposits, so we're pretty confident we're going to do well there. We need to put the drill holes in, but guess what? We're making a lot of cash over the next 10 years. We've got a lot of I guess money to be able to look at the projects we've got, or look at other projects. So we will be having a pipeline of exploration through to production in our profile.
And that pretty much answers my last question. What are your long-term goals for NQ Minerals? And you mentioned this 10-year cycle and the revenue coming in from that and looking at other projects. Where would you like to be in 10 years? What's your goal and aim? Well,
look, we're clearly going to be, a company well beyond where we are now, because we've got 10 years of huge revenues just in our flagship project. We want to develop the projects in North Queensland. We'll be actively looking for other projects. We've got a board that's very, very strong technically and experience-wise across North America, Australasia and in Britain. So our eyes are out. We'll be looking for deals, and you can do deals and you can drill holes when you've got cash. So I'm expecting us to be a very large company, and a company that someone looking to buy shares in would enjoy a very nice growth and ride.
Well, good stuff. So certainly one to look out for. In the meantime, Roger Jackson, Executive Director of NQ Minerals, thank you for joining us here today.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.